What's up guys? Today we are under the Model Y. Thanks to our neighbors, the Quick Everett's Garage, we have it on an alignment rack. So it's really easy for me to get under there and also show you what's going on. This is a dual motor 2020. And if you look at this, this is where the motors are, right? The drivetrain. So here and then the front, there's actually two, what we call skid plates. Historically on the 2018 Model 3, this was actually made out of very composite material, almost like, kind of like a fancy cardboard. And I actually broke mine twice over like running water or something like that. So that's kind of why we came out with it. The Model Y, if I'm being honest, had a significant improvement. So this is no longer the same material that the Model 3 had. It's more of a sturdier material. However, if you want extra protection, that's when you would replace it with an aluminum skid plate. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you how to install it, but not only that, we're going to also weigh it and kind of show you the differences, why you would do this, and we'll talk about some of the benefits. So let's get straight into it. It's actually 1, 2 over here, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think there's like 12, 13. I lost track. Something like 12 to 16 bolts. And when you're doing this, just keep in mind, sometimes if you live in like really, I guess like dusty or like gravel road, there might be a lot of dirt underneath. So just be careful that it doesn't all come down on you, okay? And all it does is it just slides out like so. And you can see there's a little bit of dirt right here, but it's not anything major. I don't live in a dirt road or anything like that. Cool. So let's just see what's under there. This is the rear motor, right? So it's very important to make sure that this is protected, right? So when you hit water or other blunt objects and stuff like that, so you want this area protected. And you can see the motor is right there, and the skid plate is actually right against that drivetrain right here. So it's really important to keep this protected. There's a lot of very sensitive areas, and this is, you know, like a dual motor. If you lose it, you're gonna have to go to service and get it fixed. So this is the reason why you want to protect this area. So we just finished removing this, and I wanted to show you the weight differences, right? Because aluminum is gonna be slightly heavier than plastic. So this right here is actually the replacement piece for that. It's identical as far as the design goes. One thing that's interesting and cool is it's actually, we equip it with sound dampening padding. So it will help a little bit with road noise, right? So this one right here, I have my weighing scale right over here. So this, I want you to just try to hold it as best as I can. About like 7.8 pounds. That's what it kind of comes out to. And then this one is the original one, the OEM one. And you're going to be looking at 3.2 pounds. So it's about double, a little bit over a double. But again, this is plastic. So if something hits it hard, it will break. This one is aluminum. It's a little bit more flexible. And it's definitely a lot sturdier too. And you can hear that as well. So it is slightly heavier, but it's not going to affect range too much as well. And also you kind of get the added benefit of that sound dampening. So let's go ahead and put it on. And putting it on is very simple, just like removing it. We're going to use the same bolt, so there's no hardware requirement for the Model Y. The Model 3, however, there's actually a bolt that you need. So that's a little bit different. So I do have it on this alignment rack, so I'm going to just be careful. So I get everything aligned. And what you're going to be doing is you're going to be just placing it just like that, how it would fit. And you're going to align right over here, the two holes. And what I like to do a lot of times is I'm just going to go ahead and put this hole. Before I do that, this is so nice to have this. Because I'm just going to hand tighten it. It's a lot easier to do that way. Just go ahead. And also, if you have someone else, it helps if someone is holding it too, right? But in this case, we're going to do the video. I just put it down the center and then I can work my way. So now that so I got two here, I can go ahead and really make this sturdier by just putting the middle one as well. So now I have 5 bolts in. We're gonna go ahead and grab the tool again and pretty much put the bolts in exactly like you took it out. So So we got this on. You can already feel the sturdiness. I mean, it's metal, so it is pretty dang solid. I mean, once it's on, it's gonna be hard. At the same time, it's not like, this is actually aluminum. So if something hits, it'll slightly bend and then you could kind of bend it out as well. So it's strong, but also not overly heavy. So we have the other one now. Let me go grab it. So this is for the front right here. We're gonna remove it and then replace this. And we'll do the same thing. We're gonna wait, kind of show you what the differences are. And we'll show you how to install in the front too. All right, so now we're actually in the front. So sorry to confuse you, we're in the back, now we're in the front. But removing this is exactly the same. The only difference is actually there is a 16 mil, I believe, back here. So these are a little bit thicker. So just keep in mind, you need a 10 mil and also 16 mils. And just let it down. And that is the piece right here. And you look up here, there's a little bit of moisture right here going on. But you can see this is a front motor. And like I mentioned, this is a dual motor, so that's why I have both of them. You know, some of you might just have the back here, but still, if you don't have this, it's just an empty. So like my Model 3, we did a video about it with the skid plate. There's just nothing here, so it's kind of an empty spot right here. So let's go ahead and weigh this, and then we're gonna go ahead and weigh the other one. Let's turn this on again. Put this down. I'm just gonna try to hold it as best as I can. So this is about 3.6 pounds, okay? I'll go ahead and remove that. Then we're gonna go ahead and do this one. And this is about 8.2. So you're looking at a little bit like a little bit more than double as far as the weight, but again, this is just way stronger. So I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna use my head to, hold it in place. Just hand tighten it, those main areas like the middle. That helps a lot, just to kind of get it started. So this bolt, we're just gonna go ahead and hand tighten that as well. And then this one you need to get through. So sometimes you might have to massage it a little bit to really get it through. It's gonna move that material. Okay. And then once you have the thread, there you go. Once you have the thread, go ahead and bolt that in. And you can see, now that I have everything tightened, I mean, it is rock solid, right? It might feel a little bit more flimsy, but once all the bolts are on, I mean, it's gonna be hard to really, really damage this area. So again, the top or the front and the rear is almost exactly the same. The only difference is the 16 mil over here. You could kind of feel that, and then compared to the plastic. So hopefully that helped you guys kind of explain the why and how to install this. Very, very easy. It helps a lot if you have some sort of a lift. Or this is something that you could do in your own garage. You could use a jack or a ramp or something like that just to get under. Just make sure you're practicing safety. Well, if you have any questions, just let us know in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe, and we'll see you next time.